Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay in these videos, and sorry in advance if you can hear that horrible racket in the background. I will get to what that is in the next few coming minutes, but this video, appropriately titled, hopefully, is about my new computer. It is the PC build from hell. And I say this for many different reasons, and I will get into that right now. I will tell you guys all about the build that I just did for my new PC. It's actually sitting right next to me. That's what that atrocious sound is, and I'll get into the specifics of what that sound is pretty soon. So, no, that's not what I wanted to say. Wednesday of last week, the first box of computer parts came to my doorstep. I had a motherboard, a mouse pad, my 2 Corsair fans. I swear to God, when I went into Amazon and ordered this all, I ordered Corsair SP120 Quiet Edition fans, but for some reason I now have High Performance Edition fans, and that's what you hear in the background. I plan at some point soon to go get Quiet Edition fans, because this is, I mean, it's bearable, but I feel like it's kind of ruining the audio quality of the video. I also do have my PC raised a little bit off the ground, so I'm probably gonna put it back on the floor soon, but that's what that noise is. But I got a bunch of random parts that I couldn't do anything with, and then Thursday of last week I was actually in Minnesota because I had a college visit at Winona State, and then Friday I came back and all the rest of my computer parts were here, and so I decided, you know what, I'm kind of tired, I don't want to do this tired, I'm going to do it Saturday morning. So I stayed up most of the night actually, being pretty excited watching PC build videos. Then, last Saturday, I built my computer, or at least I attempted to build my computer. I had a lot of trouble along the way. It was a bitch to try to get the motherboard to try to line up with the motherboard tray and the ports in the back of the tower. That was horrible. Cable management in my PC is decent. It's not great, but it's bearable. There's not a lot of space in the Corsair 200R to really route power cables and stuff, so I have like cables for my power supply running through to the back of the chassis and then right back through into it's like right on top of the hardboard cage, or the hard drive cage. That's what I was looking for, not the hardboard, the hard drive cage. It's resting on top of there. I actually had to take out the front fan that came with my Corsair 200R case, which, if you have a Corsair 200R, or if you've seen it, you know that the front-facing fan is actually pretty much a waste, since there's really no open area on the front of the Corsair 200R for the fan to suck air in. It's just a bunch of holes on the sides that it sucks air in through. So I took that fan out, actually, last night, because it doesn't really do much, and there's no more fan slots or fan plugins on my motherboard. So I have that. It was hell. Trying to get my graphics card in was kind of a difficulty for me. I don't remember why exactly. I couldn't get it to line up right, but I finally did. I'll have specs in a later video for you guys. I don't feel like going over all the... I can go over all the specs right now. So, we'll run down really quick. I have an Asus M5A97 motherboard. I have 2 Corsair fans, like I said before. I have an Asus disk drive. I have a Westinghouse Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive. I have a Corsair 750 watt bronze 80 power supply. I have some Cooler Master CPU cooler, and I'll get to why soon. I have an AMD FX 8350 4 GHz 8-core processor that I'm really excited about. I have 4 4GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance RAM. I have a Radeon R9 270X XFX edition, which is like some Best Buy exclusive, I think. And that's my graphics card. And I think that's it. That seems to me like that should be it for what's in the PC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all of it. I have an Ethernet cable running. Alright, so I'll get into the story of why this is the PC build from hell now. Because this was the PC build from hell. So first of all, I had to wait like a week for all of this stuff to ship in. And so I was building it Saturday, and I couldn't get the motherboard to go in, and it wouldn't work right. So I finally got it in. I had to bend a bunch of stuff to get it in, not on the motherboard, but on the motherboard tray that all the ports are in. I had to bend a bunch of the little things hanging out, but I got it to fit in. I got all my RAM in, I got my processor in, I got everything in, and I bring it down here, and it's running fine, and then it cuts out. And I had no idea why. Like, it cut the display to the monitor, and it was still running, but then, like, the keyboard locked up. Like, you couldn't hit scroll lock, or caps lock, or number lock, and have the little buttons light up again. So that's when you know your computer's not working right. So I figured, you know what, I'll just try again in the morning. I'm so frustrated with this right now. Also, on Saturday, I had to run an Ethernet cable from the room upstairs on the second floor, which is like kind of the office area where all the internet stuff is. I had to run it through the garage into the basement ceiling, all the way from one corner of the basement to the other corner of the basement. But it actually worked. It's working right now. 50-foot Ethernet cable. Thank God it was long enough. It's like just long enough too. So that was very strenuous, especially because as I was lifting ceiling tiles in the basement to move and get the Ethernet cables in, I stumbled across a dead mouse up in the ceiling tiles, and it had been dead for a while. It was like a pile of fur, bones, and a tail, and it was disgusting. I made my dad come clean it up because I was holding the ceiling tile up so that the whole thing wouldn't fall on the floor. So that happened, and then like Sunday I came back down, and it was Saturday night, that's it. I was messing with my computer, because what I would do is I would turn it on, and then it would just sit here idle. Like, the high-performance fans, they run pretty loud, so you could tell that it wasn't on all the way, it wasn't booting, because the high-performance fans, they were running really quiet, and I didn't know why, and now I figured out that it's because it wasn't booting. But I tried many different things. I tried turning it on with Windows 7 in there, turning it on with the motherboard software in there. Nothing was working. And so I was trying to figure it out, and it was running. All the fans were running, not at full speed though. And I like put my hand on top of the chassis, and like, you know how you do, like you put your palm on top and you wrap your fingers around the bottom so you can like grab it. I did that, and then I felt something hit my finger really hard, and I was like, ah, damn, what was that? Well, it turns out I broke the CPU fan. I put my finger in, and the CPU fan was spinning, and it hit my finger, and I broke one of the blades off. And then it ran ungodly loud. It was like a lawnmower down here. You could literally hear it from the living room upstairs. That's how loud this thing was. It was terrible. So then on Sunday, I went out to Tiger Direct. We went and we got a new CPU cooler, and that worked for a little bit. And then it cut out again, and I'm like, alright, what's it gonna be? And then I looked into a bunch of computer stuff, I looked into Asus, and what all the signs were telling me was that it was a motherboard. I had a faulty motherboard. And I'm like, oh, well shit, now I got a faulty motherboard that I ordered from Amazon, what the hell am I supposed to do? And from what I could tell, from all the comments and stuff, all the customer reviews, Asus is horrible with customer service. They wouldn't take these motherboards back. So that really sucked. So Monday, actually, I had my dad run out after work to Tiger Direct because I was helping my aunt and my cousin move. So Monday I had him run out, grab a new motherboard, and Monday night I redid the entire thing. For the third time I put a CPU cooler on, and it's not easy with these CPU cooler for the FX series, AMD 3 Plus. It's a bitch to lock this thing on, but I got it, and so I put the CPU cooler on. I was starting it, everything was running fantastic. I'd just gotten my monitor on Monday, it had just shipped in, it's beautiful, everything was running perfect, everything was updating, and then it happened again, and I'm like, well shit, we just spent another like $100 on a motherboard that doesn't even work, and what else am I supposed to do? So I spent all of last night doing whatever I could to try to get it to work, and then I came across something. I was like, well, it's not putting out anything, it's booting now, so like the fans were running at full speed, so I knew it was booting, and it was doing it fairly consistently, and then, but it still wasn't putting out anything, it still wasn't putting out any video. So I was tinkering with things, and then I pulled out all the power cords for my graphics card, right? So I pulled out the power cords from my graphics card, started it up, it immediately booted as soon as I started it, and then I turned it off again, and then I did it again, and it immediately booted, and then I plugged the power cords back into the graphics card, turned it turned on and sat there idle like it had been. So I finally figured out it was the graphics card, finally after 3 or 4 days of trying to figure out what the problem was with my computer. It was the graphics card the entire time, but probably the greatest thing out of this story is the graphics card is the only piece that I had actually bought from a store. So I was able to go today actually and return my graphics card and get a new one. It was so nice. I put it in immediately as soon as I got home. It's working, and it has been working ever since. So hopefully I don't have any more problems with this computer. This has been like the worst first experience for building a computer for me. I really at this point don't feel like I'm going to do another custom computer build just because this has been so stressful, and this was actually a very simple build and it has been so terrible. But I'm probably going to wind up building another computer at some point because you really get what you want building a computer. I highly recommend it. It's pretty fun to build a computer minus all the hassle. Just never buy all your parts off of Amazon. Never really buy any parts off of Amazon would actually be my advice. Just stick with getting them in stores, please. Except for like mouse, keyboard, monitor, mouse pad, wrist rest if you're going to get one of those, Corsair, fans. Which I do plan on getting Silent Edition soon, so this thing isn't doing that. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please drop a like rating for the new PC. It always does help when you guys drop like ratings and comments and everything of that sort. And subscribe for more awesome videos. And hopefully I'll be able to put out some more videos soon with the speed of my new computer. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.